in Season 11 with Smart Omega. He's someone that you know is willing to take the lead, willing to take charge. He has coached female teams before in the past, so you know he has the leadership. Question for Miko is, can he translate that into two things? One, in-game now. Two, with a team that you just met, that you just started playing with, who are all 4 members. They know each other so well, they've played with each other, and you as the shot caller, as the roamer, as the playmaker, how well can you set up for a team that already has so much chemistry?
I mean, let's not forget the language barrier, right? I mean, Miko is from PH, going into a Malaysian team.
Oh, yeah.
How will they communicate the transition, the adaptation? Of course, it's going to be 4v1, so of course Miko needs to adapt to that new team, and it's going to be I guess a new job for Miko here to lead that team, because guess what? They have the camaraderie already intact, so he just needs to fill in that missing puzzle.
I like that, right? Because this is honestly the best hunting grounds or the play field that they can utilize to be able to, you know, make it more solid in that sense. And with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the drafts here between EVOS Icon and Team SMG.
Let's get it.
And wow, EVOS Icon already with the Fanny being banned away.
Okay, so that is a signal. They really don't want to put that into the hands of Subway. But then at the same time, taking away the Fanny means that they have a chance to bring in heroes such as Farsa and an Eve. Although Farsa has dipped out of the meta, an Eve might be a good pickup for them, knowing that they don't have to worry about a Fanny.
Yeah, I think it happened in the previous match that Yves is still very prior. Also, MSC, Yves is pick or ban, if not first pick. So I feel like most teams now, they trying to replicate their formula. Perhaps, let's just ban that Yves out. It's just too prior, it's too heavy, it's too high ground solid. So let's see. The response here is no, EVOS Icon, they opted for a glue ban, saying perhaps they want someone in that backline that is secure enough without the disruption of glue.
Yeah, with the bans right now of EVOS Icon, it really looks like they're trying to set themselves up for a lineup that is really backline dependent. So we've already touched on Eve, but with how it's looking, with the Kadita being the first ban on the side of SMG, Eve looks like a great pickup if they're willing to go for it that early, because SMG might be able to pick it up for their first 2 picks. And then right now with the glue ban as well, backline heavy, backline dependent composition for EVOS Icon looks more likely.
And now that actually opens up a lot of picks, right? Because we saw the Kaja being usually the go-to ban. We saw it open and we saw the impact that the Kaja had, especially when you go for a pick-off kind of comp. And if Team SMG is sniffing out that EVOS Icon want to do that, then that's definitely an option for EVOS to take, seeing as the Kadita was the choice of ban from the side of Team SMG.
I mean, let's not forget Arlet has been so popular today, right?
Oh,
a lot of bans towards Kaja, a lot of respect, but that Arlet for that first pick has been very much expensive. But EVOS Icon here committed to a 2 assassin bans.
Yeah, man, with really how it's looking like, I imagine this would be a great situation for having an even Melissa backline. You don't have to worry about a Karata, but then at the same time, EVOS can draft heroes that are a little bit more divey, considering that they took away, that SMG took away the 1-1, took away the Kadita, so those are options for them. Eterna, you mentioned the Kaja, and I'm looking at a potential first pick Kaja here for EVOS Icon. It looks really good for them.
Depending, right? Valentina is still an option. Valentina is something that Team SMG really likes to utilize. So
True.
same thing for EVOS Icon, right? We know that Krite is a huge Valentina player as well. There's also an option for Fredrin if they want to go for flex. It's a lot safer, but they go for the Novaria ban, a little bit too expensive to let go, especially into the hands of Krite himself. So EVOS Icon now with the first pick. So we have Kaja, Valentina, Yves, Fredrin is also a possibility. Arlet?
A lot of heroes, right? A plethora of ways, but it's going to be the Arlet. I mean, today we have seen a lot of plays coming from this hero.
100% win rate on the Arlod. It's a hot start. It's a good day for Arlod mains right now. Team SMG can take away the other power picks. They have the Kaja Valentina or the Eve, because as we mentioned, Eve looks so good for EVOS Icon. They take it away. And of course, the Fredrin will go into the hands of Subway, who Malaysian casters have told me Subway really likes to play like Wise as the Fredrin jungle. Very objective-minded, but then at the same time, someone who can set up a play with some really good taunts.
Now I'm wondering if his gameplay is similar to Wise. Does he have a similar hero pool as well? Because that's going to be very important for Team SMG to sniff out. How are they going to be able to just cancel Subway out even from the drafting phase? But before we get too far, I don't know. Valentina,
Claude.
I think, is a solid pick for me. Claude as well is definitely an option
Oh.
to be able to dive into that backline for the Eve, but they actually go for the Joy instead. So finally, we get to see her picked up.
Yeah, man. When it comes to Eve lineups, if you have the Valentina and Joy available for you to pick against an Eve, you go for it right away. You have someone who can dive the back line and someone who can take away the ultimate of the Eve.
Personally, I forgot about the Joy here. But yeah, Valentina, Joy, Arlet, almost all the 3 tier S's. But it seems like Team SMG will secure their first phase with that Beatrix. Why? Again, they're eyeing to just limit and eliminate as much as possible, marksman as much as possible in that second phase.
So far, it's solid. It's looking quite solid here from the side of Team SMG. I think if they want to try and go for the gold lane bans, I think Brody is quite good. Just allow the Beatrix to pop off a little better. I understand that people don't really like the Brody in this upcoming match because of the fact that, you know, the steel leg plates has been buffed, dreadnought armor as well.
True.
But Claude is also a safe option, right? They want to allow the Eve to have space, have a little bit of say with her artillery utility.
Yeah. I'm looking at EVOS Icon. Actually, they might consider banning out a Diggy if they want to, because Miko is actually known to be able to play the Diggy in the roam role. And if they pick up the Diggy, the last 2 picks here for Team SMG could be something very tanky in the XP lane, or someone who can just soak up a good amount of damage alongside the Fredrin as well. So they'll act as the pseudo frontliners, while Miko on the Diggy can just dish out some extra bit of magic damage, control, and control resistance as well. Oh, great ban on the Franco. So Diggy's actually looking more likely here for SMG.
Let's see it. I love the 2 bans coming from EVOS Icon. Why 2 suppression banned out from their side, because they have the Joy that can and want to just tear that back line, which of course cancel out if you have suppression. So yeah, EVOS Icon quick to respond with a Kaja and Franco ban, asking a question: will you pick up the Diggy? Because against this composition, I'm not so sure how the Diggy will work.
Oh yeah, because there's a chance with the EVOS Icon lineup, it might just be able to snowball. So yeah, SMG felt that we're not going to go for that. Maybe they didn't even consider it. They go for the Cho, which is actually a Miko comfort pick.
All right, because I knew that the Cho was a comfort pick for Valens, but for Miko, I'm not really sure. I didn't expect him to play today. So the Cho is going to be the solution perhaps to tie down these heroes, Arlet, Joy, as well as the Valentina. But remember, that's a huge ultimate that can also be utilized for the Valentina. So 2 last picks for EVOS Icon. Very quick carry as well as Grok.
Yeah, no surprise here that they're going to go for a lineup that wants to get up in the face of Team SMG. You mentioned Gani, they took away 2 suppressions. That's a signal we're going to go for something that will dive and that will love to fight you up close, even if you have an Eve.
And what I love about the carry pick here, right? It can opt for that Purify spell, you know?
Yeah.
It doesn't really rely on that Flicker spell. So against the Cho, you want to have that Purify secure. Let's see, though, what will they pick up? Because Valentina can also bring that Purify, just negating that Way of Dragon out of the side of the Team SMG. But it's going to be Lapu for last pick.
Lapu last pick here for Team SMG, giving them a little bit of say perhaps in those side lanes, especially when that Lapu hits that level 4 power spike. But quick prediction, Reptar, let's start with you.
Oh, I just love that EVOS Icon really showed off their personality as a young, hot-blooded team. Meanwhile, Team SMG looks to be going for a little bit more secure. Styles clash. It's not really a prediction. I just said exactly what I saw.
Okay, Gani, quick pick.
White Tigers.
White Tigers. All right, let's go to the casters, Leo, as well as Gideon. Take it away.
Not at all surprising as to what our analysts had to say about the draft. Welcome, and my boy at your service. My name is Leo, here with Gideon Q, and we're going to be calling this match. Gideon, I like the re-engage potential coming in from EVOS Icon.
Yeah, I like it too, and I like it a lot, and I think that's why I feel like in this particular match, I'm thinking they have an advantage over Team SMG, but that begs the question whether Miko is going to be able to fit in the gears of Team SMG, because we were expecting Valens.
Yeah, and we were talking about, as a collective here, how Valens, as a gold laner, may have a, let's say, lacking hero pool, but when it comes to knowing where he needs to be, shot calling, and orchestrating what the team is supposed to do. He's the one. But here it's Miko this time around, who has himself have some coaching experience. I'm wondering, man, this happened right before our eyes. I couldn't believe it, honestly, when we learned that Miko was coming in and originally as a stand-in, but now here he is in the flesh. He's actually mere inches away from the Kage Sasa.
And he's going to be playing a little bit more flexible on this show, right? So he's really got to make sure. He's making the plays, he's making the moves, and he's making the calls. The question is, who's really going to be IGLing? We were talking about this earlier. We think that it's going to be Sasa, but who knows? Miko might just take the reins.
I think that they have to go 50-50. Given that he is playing his signature show, there's a lot that Team SMG have to do to break the flow of EVOS Icon here. Given that they are, oh Lord, it's a jungle grok. Of course, I honestly believe that even if this wasn't the jungle grok, if maybe it was a Joy jungle, maybe we would have seen not as much of a rotation or a cut through, but this just ramps it up, man.
Yeah, it really does. And you know, both sides even opting to go for the double EXP lane start just to make sure that their mid laners feel pretty good about it, and more importantly so, Arlet now playing as a roamer, gonna be sticking on pretty hard to Miko this entire time.
Yep, again, just building on the fact that EVOS Icon chooses their fights, and this is something that Team SMG Malaysia have to break through. Wow, 2v1! Ivan, formerly known as Van Strong. I've been following this young man for a couple of years now. He won that Little Wonder battle.
I mean, technically, he had no place to, but now Miko, he might be in a little bit of trouble.
Whoa.
Has to use that flicker to get on out of there. Already used his third charge of G Kundo. Backs away, no engagement so far. But more importantly, at the very least, we haven't seen an early first blood from either one of these teams.
Yeah, but I think given what happened in the past 10-15 seconds, EVOS Icon are winning, man. They are just asserting dominance, winning these little battles, finds an engage up top.
Yep, Ivan, he's going to be slowed down for a little bit.
Oh!
Subway, Sasa unfortunately gets hit by the wild charge, and now he's stuck into a place. Not worth it for him to flicker. He knows he's down. Ooh, Appraiser's round nearly taking out Ivan, but at the end of the day, he still manages to get out.
Big boy rotation for members of the White Tigers sent up to send a message. Team SMG MY rocked there. Definitely not how you want to start. This is your gold laner. This is Sasa. This is your golden egg, your golden chicken that you're taking care of. You don't want to give early kills there, but wait. Oh, 4 members here at the turtle.
Yep, it's going to be Flora. Veldora, he's doing a good job just buying enough time. Go for the electrifying knee straight away as he times it well for the power of nature. But now we see Miracle, he's already kicking him hard. With the way of the dragon, wild charge from Sutsujin, able to slow them down. Miko, he manages to get up, but it's still going to be Sutsujin who falls. Stormy at 1 HP, gets taken out by Ivan. A quick cleanup of the Vengeance. And now the rest of Team SMG scrambling around a 2-for-1 trade in favor of EVOS Icon.
Again, the re-engage potential, despite the amazing move by Lord Smooth. He tried to save the situation, but it was just too much. Stormy had a great RWM too, but EVOS Icon knew exactly how to weave through the situation. And I didn't even notice Ivan came in with a late engage.
Yeah.
I could have sworn he was just going to say, you know what, you guys are dead.
you guys are dead. My hands are off of this. I don't need more than this. And the best part about all of it is the fact that they can do this in many different orders. It doesn't necessarily have Ivan who has to come in late. It could be Sutsujin or arguably even Veldora as well. He still has his Vengeance. He's still a threat to the gold lane.
And I think it's this weird tempo that EVOS has across all other lanes and even the jungle that's making Team SMG give over these smaller camps so that they can catch up. Because again, in The Flash, in all puns intended, I heard it wasn't a very good movie. In the last minute of plays, EVOS Icon have gotten a solid 1K gold lead across the map. And what's that's done is Team SMG said, all right, Sasa, take a small camp up top. Smooth, take a gold crab down bottom. I don't need it, says Subway. But really, do they not? Because I think that's, again, the small wins, the inches that EVOS Icon are building up to lead into this mid-game power spike.
I mean, that's how you're going to make an opponent bleed, right? Whether you're taking resources from a particular role. Ooh, Smooth, actually getting some good damage onto Veldora. I'm actually forcing him to use his Vengeance. That's already, see, this is what I'm talking about, the trade of resources. At the very least, Veldora doesn't have to ask his general, could I please have a side camp, sir?
That's right, and then that's what makes this all the more a compromised early game for Team SMG MY. But the thing is, at least they are putting up a fight, that they're answering the ways that they can. Now Sutsujin and Krite starting up the turtle at half healthier, less than Valdora. RWM.
Yep, RWM is looking really good. Valdora ends up going down. No Vengeance can't do anything about it. It's smooth already with a Raging Slash. Should be able to take out Crit, but able to sidestep it just in time. Ivan a little late to the party, but still, he has his final slash. At the end of the day, it is EVOS Icon who secures the turtle.
That's right, but at the cost of Valdora. So right now, maybe a wash, a small victory for Team SMG, given that they've shrunk the gold lead now to just about 800, 900, and this allows for Smooth and Sasa to breathe a little more. This is the first time I've actually seen them cross the river.
Yeah, no, I think even better, it's the first, at least there's a potential out for Team SMGMY. If EVOS Icons keeps on putting pressure on that top side, like how we see Miko having to just stick around this side of the bush, and even Subway's getting pressured by both Sutsujin as well as Crit, it could be really tough. Now, the kick onto Sutsujin is looking good. Power of Nature is able to get him out, but the Wild Charge walks back into Nibiru's Passion, and now even Smooth coming in with a Raging Slash straight away. Sutsujin finally falls down. Ivan trying to slow down the entire backline is Smooth. It ends up losing his life. Electrifying beats coming out from Veldora, looking to try and get Miko down. Third energy couldn't. No, Vengeance is out. He walks away with 1 HP, and even Stormy. Crit, he flickers the complete opposite direction, even dropping down the RWM. That might have been a blunder. It could have been too much of an outplay of his own right. Now Ivan is going to get hit. Jikudo, straight into the way of the Dragon. Miko, the fight was so long, he got it back up.
Special delivery from Manila to Kuala Lumpur Express. Now, given the last sequence of engagements, we're sitting at 4 and 4, 6 minutes in, 1,000 gold ahead. EVOS Icon are making the most of the scramble that they forced deep into the orange side of Team SMG's jungle. One thing I can say is it's just pure geometry at this point. I think Krite did not make a wrong play. Krite just tried his best to repair a somewhat losing situation. And I think the call was just keep him busy anyways. If you win, if you take a kill, sure, you're already compromising the rest of their map because Duma was doing work.
No, Bandit's Rage already out. Wild Charge knocking up all four, setting up a perfect attack from Veldora to jump into the backline with his electrifying beats. Double kill already. Miko forced the flicker out here at Prazer's Wrath, able to secure one, at least one, with Lapu taking the second of his own with the Bravest Fighter. Doma and Crit doing a good job holding back. Sutsujin is able to basically walk around the jungle for free now.
Oh, the punish. Team SMG, again, are not playing around. They know that they have the firepower, given at least the 2K gold lead. This is what we call a small 2K gold lead. We've seen much larger 2K gold leads, and the fact that Sasa here is at least presenting some damage. He has a Fury Hammer, he has a Blade of Despair, attack speed boots, he can punish with, I'd say, Nibiru's Passion well placed. Looking at EVOS though, looking at Duma, we're just waiting for him to actually find the nice engage. He has the Golden Staff, he has the Corrosion Sight, and now Subway's in trouble.
Yep, Subway, I don't think he's going to be able to make it out of this. He tries to go out, he's already got the top for the extra stats. Veldora looks for him, sees Sasa only, but they've got the objective that they were looking for. EVOS Icon now with a 2.5k lead, about to convert it right after the last turtle of the game.
And I think that's what exacerbates the situation, right? They're down 2K, approaching 2.53K. It's slowly growing. And again, Team SMG, it's not like Sasa can't fire back. It's just the positioning. There's not enough peel between Subway, Smooth, and Miko. Because again, Miko's busy going into the back line looking for that perfect kick. And EVOS is happy to oblige. And now here's one.
Oh, he finds it perfect. Shunpo into the way of the Dragon. Ivan gets punished as he ducks right under the final slash. A beautiful play. Unfortunately, Subway still is dead. And I mean, we're not just talking about the 3K gold lead. Like, gold is important, but the EXP, like Subway can barely breathe, barely get into these pits. EVOS Icon are really hurting him economically.
Yeah, Subway's down 2K, and now Sutsujin gonna commit Grand Theft Purple, all of these resources. Isn't this what the story was since minute 1, minute 2? All of these little inches will slowly build up to, I'd hate to break between Imperial and Metric, but, you know, a foot, and then eventually a mile, a meter, or 1,000 kilometers, right? Because again, now we're slowly feeling Team SMG are slowly getting outgunned. You see how deep Duma can go, or how much he can just plant himself right in front of even Stormy. Like, if Stormy puts up the RWM, it's not an automatic, let's get out of here. Sometimes you're thinking, maybe I can outgun the RWM. He has to swipe a certain direction. If I can lock him down, then yes, if anything, it's the XP lane. It's the reason why Valdora has to keep diving, and only the reason why Smooth is slightly ahead. That's the one way Team SMG can actually leverage an advantage.
Yep, I mean Valdora, he's recovered greatly from that initial, from the initial rotation by the turtle fight. I think it was the first one, coming in from Smooth, punishing him by taking away his vengeance, and then later on dying when it comes into that big inclusive fight. We finally see Malefic Core being purchased by Sasa, so at least he has the damage like you've mentioned. 3K gold lead, as we were talking about, but the worst part about everything is the fact that the big playmaker has to be Smooth. Unfortunately, like Miko, he is consistently finding good kicks, but if there is no damage to follow it up, or at the very least somebody to attack the backline, I think EVOS Icon are going to run away with this game.
And I think it's that juxtaposition, it's that dichotomy of Team SMG's approach, right?
Yep.
We want to plant dudes in front so Sasa can just blast away. But just the same, we can pick off. So what is it? And it's EVOS Icon taking advantage of that. It's like, all right, they're still thinking about it. They haven't found the perfect angle. And it's Ivan, starting it up.
Yep, they find Subway. He's instantly going to go down. Veldora completely shreds away. The Dragon already be used to disengage Smooth. He's thinking about it. He wants it. Render's apathy blocked by Susujin Crit. Going into that backline instantly as he steals away the bravest fighter. And now, Team SMG full escape here. Already losing 2 of their big battle spells and also losing Subway in the process.
All right, I know that the final slash was committed, but was Subway maybe thinking of something
Oh,
else?
he tries, but the final slash committed. It finds the kill with the help of Veldora. Jump into the back, return fire for the RWM. Finding 2 in Veldora and Ivan. 2 initiators, 2 deaths. Team SMG looking to clap back.
Underneath the turret, yeah. 3K, 4K gold not going to do you much. There is still a level 1 Lord, an elemental Lord marching down through bottom, and that's what gives Team SMG here roughly 30 to 70% win rate. You can grow this up to maybe 40, 50 if you can protect your inhibitors. You're definitely going to lose this top lane tier 2 soon, especially if you don't watch out for the waves. The waves have been enhanced for EVOS Icon. As for bottom, I like their chances. This is a pretty good high ground defense lineup, and oh no! Yep, Sutsujin with the delay. This is EVOS Icon calling the shots.
Yeah, I mean they're guaranteed going to lose that top side. RWM being traded on both sides. Subway's getting a little smooth. Unfortunately, unable to spell that enough. Has to use the Rage Slash to get on out of there. But the final slash coming in back from EVOS Icons to turn it around. Doma is already gone. They lose a majority of their damage, but 3 members of Team SMG have already lost their life. Inhibitors still standing though.
But I think it's worth it. I'd say for that 3-for-1 and a little bit of a push, that's permanent damage. I don't think turrets heal, man. Last time I checked the patch, turrets don't heal, right? So you can just force it. And again, the waves are going to constantly crash through. The waves, if you don't watch them, if Team SMG don't send anybody there, are constantly going to keep going. And now Subway has to deal with this. Again.
Yep.
They eventually got what they want.
Wait, hold on. They're pulling it back. Miko finding the kick on towards Valentina's side. Crit, he's in trouble as he dies to the RWM, but still the kill falls into the hands of their boy. Wow, okay, 2 kills. Now that's a bit much. Coming in from Miko. He hasn't died just yet, and he's looking sharper than ever on Team SMG. They do, however, lose an inhibitor turret on the bottom side of the map, and EVOS Icon, despite everything, 12-12 is the kill score, 3K gold lead, 12 minutes into the game.
Homie has yet to die, by the way. 209. What a debut so far. He needs to do one more thing and win, Sutsujin!
He's doing it again! Bennett's Rage is going to connect, but Sutsujin is tanky enough. He has the items at the very least to deal with it. Sasa, on the other hand, does not.
Not to mention he's about an inch away from a wall at any time. So Earth and Force is going to do work, but no, they're not done with him.
Yep, this is the second time. Sutsujin can't miss this one. Sasa hits his target. Sutsujin down.
Oh, the Kage finds a kill. 3-4-3 here. So far, Sasa has helped the rest of the team and himself, but that doesn't change the fact that he's still 2K down. That hasn't really changed much, especially given that Duma died once, and that's really just because they were sour. They were forcing that push down bottom. Now here's Team SMG back on the board with a pull, 4 to 5 members in.
Yep, Veldora, he's trying to make a shot. Sasa, he does some damage. Ooh, tactically rolls away. Vengeance already pops. Move force to flicker away as he attacks the back line. Do they steal it? They do! Team SMG secure the Lord. Subway ends up losing his life. Render's apathy comes on now. Veldora, he's waiting for his cooldowns, but I don't think it's worth it. Crit, shadow dashes twice, doesn't connect onto anybody. No flickers, no battle spells, everybody maximizing their resources, except for Ivan. He's cool.
He's cool. He's always been cool. If anything, he's been an anchor throughout the early, mid, to now approaching the late game. he has set up a lot of what's making EVOS Icon lineup work here. And looking at the damage leaderboard, yeah, Krite, he's using his flicker to maximum advantage. Maybe of all the flickers he's done, only one of them have been defensive flickers. He's always been on the front foot here on the Vanguard, as well as Valdora. So now what this does is, especially with this Luminous Lord coming in from Team SMG, is you can expect them to have to slowly turn red more. But yeah, not like this. Not if Team SMG haven't taken care of their waves. So maybe this is where, also, here's a theory. Maybe because of the Miko jump in, and they changed it up with Valens, maybe communications aren't at 100%. Maybe it's like 70, 80%, which is why Subway has died more often than he shouldn't have.
I mean, that's fair. I think that's fair, but it's also a testament to EVOS Icon just hard targeting him. Like, so many times you see Ivan just using that final slash just to displace your boy Subway here. I mean, he's trying to eat fresh, but man, he can't help that giant hitbox he's got.
It's huge. And again, you can use it to your advantage. And I think that's what allowed Team SMG to score that Luminous Lord. If it was any other jungler, say maybe a Martis, right? Say maybe a Lancelot, it wouldn't have the same effect. A Lancelot that keeps dying, a Martis that keeps dying, isn't as useful as a beat-up Fredrin.
Yep.
So, again, you work with the pros and cons here, man. Even the negatives, because they make for better pictures. Aubrey Graham. Now, about 16 minutes in, 14-3, Gideon, I'd say we have a game. This is a game.
Yeah, right? Because Team SMG have really utilized the fact that their high ground defense is good enough to kind of just keep forcing out these waves. The fact that even though EVOS Icon were never able to break even to the 4 or 5K gold deficit against Team SMG is a testament to show that Team SMG are playing it as slow as possible.
Yep, and there's situational awareness. Team SMG, despite this being a new lineup, so to say, they know how to use their strengths. And again, watch Miko. 16 minutes in, we're approaching Evolved Lord territory. Hasn't died yet, so he's done well to protect himself. So not only is he trying to stitch in this new lineup to work against a very strong team like EVOS Icon, but he's also flourishing in that role.
He doesn't want to lose. Rena's after the steal? No, doesn't connect. I think Subway got it. Yep, Subway
off of a tick, I'm guessing.
No, he just walks up. Hello. Gets it anyways. Yeah, no retribution used as well. All right.
Yeah, exactly, right? So it is a tick. I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have messed with Sasa and said, gotcha.
It'd be really funny.
Right? I imagine the side-eye, bro.
That'd be too funny. I can imagine it. 1-to-1. Sasa would not be happy if that was the case.
Wouldn't allow it.
Wouldn't allow it for sure. We're seeing the Athena shield being bought by Stormy this time now. I think he recognizes that he's dying to crit a little too often, as well as the fact that Veldora keeps on jumping for him if he doesn't find Sasa.
Yep, and again, not only is it Stormy who's slowly building up, or at least already built up his full arsenal, even Sasa, right? Despite the rocky mid to late ramp up, he has always been threatened throughout this game. He just needs to finish that Rose Gold Meteor, and then Bob's your uncle. He can actually fight. He also has that Wind of Nature. So even if Duma does find him, it's a fair fight. It's a 50-50.
Here we go. Once again, Subway losing his immortality. Final Slash is already down. Miko is looking for an opportunity. His move has already jumped into the middle of the fight, but the back line is already getting attacked. Forced away by Veldora. He's getting locked down, but it doesn't matter. Crit steals the bravest fighter, forcing to use the Raging Slash early. Stormy with the blast. Void Blast is able to secure it. Doma put at 10% HP, but unable to close this out. A 2-for-1 trade in favor of EVOS Icons, but forcing at least 2 recalls from EVOS' side.
It's a win for EVOS Icon, but only maybe by an inch or two. This was a great approach to a team fight. The Team SMG knew that they were losing to begin with, but they stood their ground. And that's step one. It's just EVOS Icon, their lineup is built to really break through the box that SMG wants to set up. And they're going to lose this Lord, and at least they didn't lose more members, unless... Oh no, Miko!
Well, they've already got the kick. I mean, the Vengeance is keeping Veldora alive as long as possible. Sasa! One more tick was going to take him out. He ends up dying regardless. Miko gets his immortality pop. Sasa is still trapped in the corner.
Sasa!
But the rest of the team has covered for him. Body blocked, in a matter of fact. Willing to sacrifice the wave down on that bottom side to find Sutsujin, and as well as Ivan. They go back down to clean it up for the Crystal, and now have to deal with the Luminous Lord walking down to their base.
Because of Sasa's unshakable fortitude. If that was me playing that Beatrix there, I would have just put my phone down. I know I'm dead, right? The way that they set up that corner for him, I could have sworn he just knew what to do, and I think that there's a lot of work coming in from the Haas claws, of course.
Yep.
The Haas claws, and they got a 2 for none there, and they're going to be able to clear this Lord easy, all right? He's not going to crash through. He's going to actually be able to help Team SMG manage the rest of the map, and we're still stuck at that 2K gold lead, which is great for Team SMG because they can reset again and learn from those last 2 lost engagements.
Yeah, and now they're coming to a point where they actually go toe-to-toe against EVOS Icon, no problem, right? 16-16 with a gold deficit that barely even matters at this point. I think that Team SMG MY are in a really good spot. If we pull up the items, we're trying to look for anything out of the ordinary because remember, at this point, the only thing that matters, having enough gold for potions and item switches like Winter Truncheon, or even looking for another immortality.
What is odd is I do think we've come to the point where Ivan has started juggling, and that's how well you can see EVOS Icon going and how much Team SMG are fighting to stay in it. Because again, that's a roaming Arlot. The fact he's already started juggling and switching between whatever those pair of pants were prior just shows that, all right, we have to win by an inch and then eventually go from there. And so far, map's looking blue. EVOS Icon looking to penetrate from either mid or top. Big wave being cleared out here by Team SMG.
Yep, I mean, it's about housekeeping at this point. Team SMG, it's not like they really need the gold at the end of the day. Everybody's max level. Everybody is pretty much full items. And maybe not for Miko, but he's catching up pretty quick. Considering everything that's all said and done, right? The only resources left are going to be the buffs, and EVOS Icon have full control over this side of the map.
Yep, Team SMG would be best for them to stay inside their base. Maybe find a window where EVOS Icon actually just lets go of a wave, but looks like it's not going to happen because I think there is room for Team SMG to contest here, even if all the buffs are being taken away, even if all of these camps are being taken away. Because again, you mentioned gold don't matter as much anymore. EXP, forget about it. We're all at level 15.
Exactly.
So with that being said, this Lord coming in at 15, this is an evolved Lord. It has the passive, so all the more fights are going to matter.
Yeah, you can see how EVOS Icon is posturing here, right? They're ready to respond. If somebody shows up on that top side, we're all moving as one to make that happen. But they need to posture for this Luminous Lord. Team SMG, they clear up that top side and now making their way down bottom. If Eldora doesn't clear that top wave, it's going to slow push, and that's not exactly the best for them. He's going to walk back. Good choice, good choice, my son.
Yep. He's going to try at least for that to get an advantage, have that long lane win, threaten, and not even a slow push, he's going all the way, and then make Team SMG answer back. That's why they have Sasa clear up that wave up top. Not exactly showing himself yet, because I think EVOS Icon knows that they now have the advantage. Look, all 5 men closer to the pit.
Yep, they're posturing themselves very well, but it's always that problem of, oh, I don't have an inhibitor turret. Don't worry about it. We're going to send Doma down bot side. It's going to consistently push. Team SMG must respond. It's a little unlucky that the Lord spawned on the bottom side compared to the top because it would be so much better for EVOS Icon if it was on the top side of the map.
Yep, if the long lane was the one that's already penetrated anyways, that's a lethal Lord dance that EVOS Icon can posture up for. Look at Krite. Watch him as Susujin goes for the pull. That's all 5 members within dashing range here. The distance is very small. EVOS Icon again playing with the inches that they have ahead. Stormy spots Valdora, but oh wow, the core heroes from EVOS Icon are hidden. And for Team SMG, it's Miko and Sasa. So again, a lethal kick can really do him in.
Yeah, it's crazy how Team SMG has held out for this long, and they've conditioned EVOS Icon. Yeah, try to force a fight one more time. We've done it multiple times over these past 22 minutes, and each time we're able to equalize the score. So I dare you, try and force. The conceal play is already out in Sutsujin. They recognize that he's all by himself, but the flank play coming in from EVOS Icon's 3 members looking for Sasa in that back line. Sees only 2. Smooth and Stormy ready to make it work. The final slash buys a little bit of time as somebody comes back up to life. However, he's got nothing left, and Doma coming in extra late to crush the entire scene. Team SMG start crumbling apart. Doma finding his 1v1s, and that's going to be an unstoppable joy. Veldora absolutely crushing this game. Krite all by himself with Smooth and Stormy at the same time, trying to deal with it for as long as possible. Raging slash, actually doesn't connect, but they still find the RWM just in time. Veldora finally sweeps them under the rug.
And now it's just the Lord Smooth standing, the one last member of Team SMG here to watch Duma and the rest of EVOS Icon barrel away at their base. EVOS Icon takes game 1.
Woo! That was a pretty sharp game coming up from EVOS Icon. That early game especially was devastating, but I think, Reptar was right. a lot of teams really focusing down for their EXP laners. And I mean, it's not the traditional Arlet that we were expecting, but still, that Joy came out huge.
And I think it's that spice, it's that adjustment, the variety coming in from EVOS Icon that allowed for them to leverage that XP lane advantage, right? The fact that you're not thinking of an Arlet coming in through the back line to stun all